Now here's what it takes to get to $10,000 a month with this process. Let's say you sourced a list of 60 people to reach out to and it took you 2 hours to do that. That means that in total, it took you 2 minutes per profile. Then you consider the time you spent messaging these prospects. Let's say it took you a total of 4.5 hours to send all of these messages. Well, that means the average time per message sent was 3 minutes. So now you're at 5 minutes spent per contacted person in total, considering both steps. 2 minutes of finding the profile and 3 minutes of sending the messages. Obviously, you do these in bulk as separate activities, but when brought together, it's 5 minutes per potential client. Now you have to figure out how many messages you need to send in order to get a response. So let's say that for every 6 messages you send, you get 1 reply. 5 minutes to send a message times 6 messages, which means your total time per reply is 30 minutes. Now, how many replies do you need in order to get a meeting? Let's say you need 8 replies. Well, 30 minutes per reply times 8 replies equals 4 hours. So in total, you need 4 hours in order to secure a meeting. Now, how many meetings do you need in order to secure 1 client? Let's say you have to take 5 meetings to close 1, which means 4 hours to get a meeting times 5 meetings. That means that in total, you'd have to invest 20 hours to close your first paying clients. 20 hours. How does that sound to you? Investing 20 hours up front in order to get paid $500 to $2,000 a month every single month. And I personally think that's worth the effort, right? Now, all the numbers I used here are very realistic, but let's say because this is the first time that you're doing this, it's gonna take you a little bit of practice. You're gonna have to figure out the ropes, etc., etc. So let's double it. Let's say 40 hours to sign your first client. And now let's even go a step further. Let's say after you sign your first client, you dedicate 4 hours of your day to outreach and 3 hours of your day to service delivery. That's way more than you need for service delivery, by the way. Now, in case you don't have 3 hours for service delivery because you work a full-time job or study full-time, I'm going to show you how to get this done for you by someone else in step 7. This way you can get it down to only 2 hours per week that you have to spend on service delivery. But for now, let's call it 4 hours for outreach and 3 hours for service delivery. Then you manage to get your outreach time down to 20 hours, as in the first example I gave. In 5 working days, you are gonna sign your second client and do it for 1 more week, and you sign your third client and do it for 1 month consistently, and you already have 4 clients paying you anywhere from $1,000 to $3,000 per month, because now you also have more experience and have the confidence to charge more. So let's take the average between the two and say that your average retainer is now $2,000 per month. If you work for 60 days on this and manage to sign a new client every 12 days at $2,000, you will already be at $10,000 a month. And that's extrapolating by more than double than our original calculation of 5 days to close a client working 4 hours a day. Ladies and gentlemen, this is why this is the most simple, straightforward, and the least riskiest way to get to $10,000 a month. You put together a list of potential clients.